them win. There's an evil inside, just lurking way down below. And if I can't hold my breath, then I'm bound to become hollow. Can you say that I disappeared? Can you say that I wasn't there for you when you went into hiding on the front steps of your porch? And I reflected on the memories, but I put out that torch. Hey! But I put out that torch. But I put out that torch.
You make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the NEC Arena here in Birmingham for day 3 of our racing here on the Project Cars 2 stage. And it is produced by the Events House and powered by Playseat, Overclockers UK and Logitech. Today we have got our first race. It is the pros versus the challengers. We're at Donington National for a 5 minutes qualification and then a 6-lap race. So let's introduce our pros to the stage then, first and foremost. And the first 4 are all driving for V-Racer. We have got Ross McFarlane. That's it, guys. Give him a cheer. Next up then is Jack Noller, the best hair in esports. Next up then is David Marshall. And now we've got Josh Martin. And for GT Omega RPM Esports, we have got Jake Sanson. Now we've got our 8 challengers. They have been doing a qualification process, which is a time trial at Knock Hill with the Mercedes A45 AMG. And we're going to go in lap order or time order. And our first qualifier then is Matthew Thornton. He's actually a GTA racer. We announced the SMS-R yesterday, and he will more than likely be competing in that competition. He did a 46.484. Second quickest then was Tom King with a 46.845. He's even bringing his coat. Hoping for some rain in this race, are we? Next up then is Lewis Edwards with a 47.020. Yeah, you can walk on there, mate. It's all good. Don't worry. Next up is David Whitehouse with a 47.391. Also with a 47.391, we have got Ben Price. He's bought his lunch and everything. Next up then is Robert Marwood. He has done a 47.541. Next up then is David Collins. And then finally we have got Morgan Butler. Someone's ripped his jeans. So these guys will do 5 minutes qualification here at Donington and then a 6-lap race. It's a very short format here. We've got some exceptional drivers with the Pro Class. They will be driving in the GT3s, so they won't officially be in the race with the Challenger Series because the Challengers are going to be in the A45 touring car. But again, some big names like Matthew Thornton, of course, a GTA racer, who will be in the SMS-R. Also, today we're going to have an exhibitionist race, 28 exhibitionist stand representatives from places like Porsche just over there and Ferrari that are over there. Like, there's so many exhibitionist stands that want to get involved in our competition. That will be at 3 p.m. So make sure you're here at the NEC Arena, or if you're watching on Apex Online Racing on YouTube. So yeah, looking forward to that. So we're just waiting for these guys to all ready up here. So there's a few technical issues. Got the camera looking at the pros right now. Look at Jack Noller's hair. Such a delicious human. Ross McFarlane then in the furthest seat away, you can see that he was absolutely dominant on the Friday. Yesterday didn't have the best of days, but today is found some serious form. Actually the quickest in the time trial leaderboard as well. So he's looking pretty comfortable. All the challengers are just chilling. Little finger dab there from Matthew, nice work. Finger dab is esports. So here we go, we're into the lobby then. Again, 5 minutes qualification. It's just about a 1 minute 10, 1 minute 11 lap here at Donington for the very quick guys. So they should get 3 or 4 attempts at a fast one, but they will want to get their bank time in very, very quickly indeed. You see the GT3s will want to try and get out in front as well because they are obviously a lot quicker. We're on board here with David Marshall then, the V-Racer driver. A V-Racer racer, that makes more sense. And he's in the camouflage car there, if you can see it. And yes, the jokes will get worse as the show goes on. Next up then is Ross McFarlane. You can see there, he's been using that livery all weekend. He spun that car a couple of times as well. Through the old hairpin. There's Tom King then, second quickest in qualification for this race. And in the Challenger Series, the winner of this race will officially be in our 5 p.m. final. And at 5 p.m, the winner of that race will get themselves the opportunity, well, the winner will receive the Logitech G29 wheel and pedals. So anyone here, if you want to sign up, the sign-up process will start again at about 1:20 past, so in about 15 minutes. And it's free to enter. Just make sure you put a time in. If you're on the leaderboard, by the end of the day, you'll be in that final race. And again, winner takes all. Watching Jake Sanson here, he's got to try and find a gap. Doesn't want to be causing any accidents. You can see the challenger getting out of the way there. Very clever indeed. They also don't want to be getting too involved with these GT3 machines. Well, there's someone completely stopped there. Someone really chilling. There's Matthew as well. There's Josh Martin here. And that bright green livery there. That's striking. So he's trying to warm the brakes up there, you can see. Jake Sanson then about to start his first flying lap here. And again, he's trying to warm those brakes as well. So the GT3 cars, they take a lot longer to get the tyres up to optimum temperature and the brakes as well. The A45 should be okay in that respect. But again, you can see these guys are trying to work the car as hard as possible to get the maximum output from the car. So Jake Sanson around turn number 1 completely misses the apex there, so he's definitely not got that car working for him currently. Still 2 minutes 50 seconds to go though. It's David Whitehouse here, and he was 4th quickest in our time trial qualification. If yesterday's race is anything to go by, this is going to be absolutely exceptional. Very easy track here for these guys to drive around, quite fast track as well. And plenty of opportunities to make an overtake. Ross then across the line. Looks like he's going to go pole. No, he's not. David Marshall then, a 107.5 is provisional pole right now. And then Jack Noller has produced a 108.0. So there we go, David Marshall. Hasn't been here all weekend. It's his first day here, so expecting him to be slower than the other guys, but already right now is definitely leading the way here for the Pro Division. Couple of the touring cars now coming across the line. There we go, Tom King, 2nd quickest in qualification with 46.845. Takes provisional pole here. David Whitehouse then. Where does David Whitehouse find himself? Looks like he's 5th in the order, but that puts him down in 2nd. We've got Robert Marwood then. It looks like Robert Marwood may have taken provisional pole here for the Challenger class. David Marshall then coming around the final chicane. There's Josh Martin round turn number 1 and using the exit there on the curb, a little bit of grass as well. He's trying to find a gap here. Not having the best of times, that's for sure. David Marshall then, a 106.182. And then Ross McFarlane then, yesterday's race winner here at Donington, has just gone just under 1/10 of a second slower here. He's in 2nd, that is the front row currently. Jack Noller then is in 3rd position. And then we've got Josh Martin, by the looks of things, in 4th, and then Jake Sanson is in 5th. So right now, on provisional pole here, we've got Tom King. So Tom King is a provisional pole for the Challengers, which is Jake Sanson then come across the line. Very good fun chicane there. Not too long to go, less than a minute to go here, so this will be the last attempt by these guys. And again, David Marshall is still on that provisional pole here. And he is on his final attempt. Actually, he might get one more. Yes, he will. He's got 30 seconds left. These guys will get to finish their lap time if they cross the line before the timer runs out to 0. But you can see that the front 3 here, separated by 7/10, and then it's quite a big margin then to Sanson and Martin as well. Josh Martin struggling here with the car. He's probably been involved in traffic as well. Multi-class does, of course, have its issues when you're behind a slower class car. You know, there's very limited overtaking opportunities around this circuit here as well. It's quite fast. So the Marshall's just improved ever so slightly again here. So 105.766. And Ross McFarlane's also improved here. He's down into the 105s as well. Looks like Jack Noller's half a second off the pace now in 3rd spot. Sanson is in 4th, and then Josh Martin is in 5th. But Tom King is absolutely smashing it to pieces right now. Matthew Thornton, who was the quickest qualifier for the Challengers, yet to put a lap time in then. So very interesting here indeed. Can he get that time, or is he going to have to go from the back here? And I know from experience he is very quick indeed. But there we go. We're on board with him right now. My favourite going into this, that's for sure. Running a little bit wider. That's going to be an invalidation of his lap. I think we're going to have Matthew Thornton here starting from the back. And that could be an absolute treat for us there, missing the apex as well. I don't think this lap's going to count. Coming down the back straight here then towards the final chicane. Hasn't taken any sort of slowdown. Ross McFarlane though goes pole. It's 105.5 5.57 then in the Pro Series, and David Marshall out the death here has been pushed down into second spot. And Matthew Thornton across the line, and I don't think he's going to get a time in here then. Very interesting indeed. So we get classification now of the times. Ross McFarlane is your pole sitter at 1:05.557. Then at 2 tenths behind is David Marshall. Jack Noller in third with Jake Sanson in fourth. Josh Martin is in fifth. Tom King, second quickest qualifier, is on pole for the Challengers. Ben Price then is in second. David Whitehouse is in third. Morgan Butler in fourth. Jonathan Wheater is in fifth. And then we'll get the final three up on screen very, very quickly for you guys. But yeah, a bit of an upset here. Looks like Matthew Thornton's going to start from the back of the grid. Here we go then, guys. Waiting for these guys to just hit that ready up button, and then we are ready to rock and roll. You'll hear the lights, you'll see the lights. And it's race time, 6 laps. It's a basic shootout here. And the winner of the Challenger Series will officially get into our final race at 5 p.m. today to win that Logitech G29 wheel. There's 2 red lights, there's 3. And there's a jump start then by David Marshall. We've seen that so often here, and especially with the pros, it's so vital they get a good start here. Jack Noller following in behind here, and that's David Marshall's race over already here. Jack trying to find a little bit of momentum up the inside there, not quite working out for him. Sanson in fourth position, and then we've got Martin in fifth. Oh, there's a big bit of carnage there for Robert Marwood. Unfortunately, he's going to fall down into 12th position, and already Matthew Thornton has moved up 4 spots from the back of the grid here, and he finds himself up into 4th position. There we go, up now in behind Ben Price here, and it looks like he's doing a slowdown penalty, so he's exceeded the track limits here. If 4 wheels do leave the track, you have to slow down. If you do not slow down sufficiently enough, then it will give you a penalty, which then signifies as red on the left-hand side of the screen, and that'll be added to your time at the end of the race. Josh Martin then is, well, he's chasing down. He's in 5th position. Looks like one of the pros is off the track there, off to the right-hand side, and who is that? It looks like it's Ross McFarlane. So Ross McFarlane, favourite to win this race, is in real trouble here, in 5th spot right now. And he's got the Challengers breathing down his neck at this point. Tom King, though, leads the Challenger Series here. We've got David Whitehouse in 2nd position. Ben Price in 3rd. Matthew Thornton is in 4th. Look at this then. David Whitehouse is trying to chase down Tom King. Can he get that move done here? Doesn't look like it. So David Whitehouse currently in that 2nd position. And the front 3 now are looking very close indeed here. Tom King is in 1st spot, then David Whitehouse in 2nd position. In 3rd spot is Ben Price. And then we've got Matthew Thornton in 4th spot. So a very interesting big mistake there by David Whitehouse. That should give 3rd spot here to Matthew Thornton. Otherwise, unless he doesn't take the slowdown penalty, then he will have to slow down here or gain a penalty for the end of this race. We're on board with Ben Price then, who's currently in that 3rd spot. Bit of a mistake then in front of him by Whitehouse. Can he make the move here? Up towards the blind right-hander. Side-by-side action. Who's going to be the bravest on the brakes here? Well, Ben Price tried to hang around the outside. He's gone for the whoop-de-wop here, for the switchback. Is he going to get it nailed here? Matthew Thornton then stalking these 2. Can he get the move done there? There's 3 wide going down towards this final chicane, and well, Matthew Thornton's got the experience level here. Will he back out this move, or will he go late on the brakes? Well, he's going for it. Little move up the inside, takes a double manoeuvre there. He's gone over the chicane. That was nearly a double overtake. That was fantastic, but he will, by the looks of things, have to take a slowdown penalty here. He's going to try and chase down Tom King. So Tom King right now is all on his own in the lead here, nearly 2 seconds in the lead, and it's looking very good for him indeed right now. But yeah, Matthew Thornton in 2nd spot still with no penalty flashing up on his screen. Remember, he started 8th on the grid out of 8 in the Challenger Series. We're on lap 3. We've got 3 laps remaining here of our 6-lap race. And who's going to win this? Oh, big moment there by Matthew Thornton, losing the rear of the car, and actually extends too much there out of the old hairpin. Again, will potentially be a slowdown penalty. But I tell you what, Tom King, this is a dominant performance by him. He's losing a couple of tenths every now and again, but with the nature of this race being only 6 laps, it's going to be very difficult for these guys to catch up. Robert Marwood then, down in 7th position, trying to overtake Butler here, Morgan Butler. Can he find a move here towards this right-hander? We're nearly at the halfway point. And there we go. We are now starting lap number 4. Ross then with a slowdown penalty. So it's not worked out well here for him at all. And he's in behind Josh Martin. Jack Noller right now, 2 seconds behind David Marshall. David Marshall has the pace, but he has that penalty. And that is going to be a 20-second penalty for the jump start here. There we go, there it is confirmed. Matthew Thornton now with a 2-second penalty. So if he does, in fact, overtake Tom King, because he's right behind him right now, he has to then go 2 seconds further ahead. David Whitehouse then running off the track then. He's currently in 3rd position. And things are about to get a little bit tasty here. 2.5 laps to go. Can Matthew Thornton get into the lead here and extend it by 2 laps? Oh, sideways! Nearly lost it. Well held there by Mr. Thornton. That could have been, well, that's definitely a brown trouser moment, that's for sure. Tom King still in the lead here, but look at this. Ross McFarlane up behind Josh Martin. They're both teammates here. And, well, Ross is really late on the brakes there. Gets it nailed, though. So easy to lock up there if you obviously apply too much pressure on the brakes. He could have gone right up into the back of Josh there, but he's just pulled out there to take a wider entrance through turn number 1. Josh duly delivers the same as well. Looks like Jack Noller's now only 7 tenths behind David Marshall at the front of this race here with 2 laps to go. And Jack Noller already knows he will probably win this race, but can he get it done on track here? Make it really, really interesting. Again, Matthew Thornton here stalking Tom King. They've got 2 laps remaining here. If he gets in the lead of this race, he needs to then gap him by 2 seconds for him to win this race officially. And Tom King's looking very good indeed. He's gone defensive up the inside here. Matthew's going to try and hang it around the outside. He makes a mistake, and again, there's not much he can do there. He's just been hung out to dry. It's really good defending there, actually, by Tom. And there's the slowdown penalty, and that could be all she wrote here. Ross McFarlane then again in behind Josh Martin, down towards the final chicane here to start the final lap. We're on lap 5 of 6. And can he get that podium spot? Late on the brakes here by Ross. Up the inside then, they've got to leave each other room. Josh holds it. And there's another, oh, it's a great move on the outside there by Ross McFarlane. Josh not able to fight back here. And now it's a podium spot for Ross, who has absolutely dominated the Pro Division over the last couple of days. And duly delivering another move there to save her, that's for sure. You can see that actually everybody in the Challenger class has a penalty, apart from the leader here, Tom King. So a really good performance by him. We're on the final lap here. Looks like Josh is not going to be able to fight back. David Marshall leads this race by 1.5 seconds, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough here because Jack Noller knows that there's a 20-second penalty on David Marshall's head, and he will officially take the lead of this race. But let's check out the leaders of the Challenger Series. See whether Matthew can catch up to Mr. King. King holding a really good line there as well. So we're nearly at the halfway point of this final lap, coming down towards the old hairpin once again. And Matthew starting from the back of the grid. Looks like he had technical issues in qualification. Started from 8th spot, but he's managed to get up into 2nd position. Unfortunately with the penalties as well. But it's all about Tom King. Looks like he's going to get himself, well, David Marshall does in fact win this race, but it's going to be Jack Noller who picks up the win in the Pro Division. Ross McFarlane is going to finish in 3rd, and I think Josh Martin's probably, Josh Martin's probably going to get 3rd. It's actually going to be 2nd for McFarlane, and Marshall is going to drop all the way down to 5th with that 20-second penalty. Jake Sanson then in 4th position. But what about the challengers? Tom King coming down that final back straight, and I don't know if he knows it, but he's beaten one of the very best at Project Cars 2 here. He's going to come around the final chicane, and he is going to win himself that seat for the Racing Wheel at 5 p.m. today. Tom King is your Challenger winner. 2nd place then is going to be Matthew Thornton. Ben Price there, guys, I'd love to see him try and roll a car, that'd be brilliant. Then we've got Lewis Edwards is in 4th. Morgan Butler's going to get 5th position. Next up is then going to be David Whitehouse. In 7th will be David Collins, and then Morgan Butler will finish in 8th position. Congratulations to all the drivers. Again, Tom King will win himself that seat to duke it out later on in our final race. But remember, at 3 p.m, we have got the exhibitioners race. You know, from names from companies such as Porsche, Ferrari, the Autosport show themselves. That's going to prove to be a great competition and a lot of fun. We will see you guys at 3 p.m. Take care.